Hello everyone, this is Isabel. I'm in Dallas at the global NaaS Event, and today I'm joined by Paul Gampe. He's the CTO of Console Connect. Paul, welcome to my hot seat yet again.
Wonderful to be here again, Isabel. I'm a little bit scared. It was intimidating last time, and it's intimidating the second time.
You're a pro, Paul. Don't worry. So, Paul, there was a lot of discussion about API standardization this week. How can API standardization unlock growth opportunities for the industry?
I think the thing that we've learned at Console Connect about API standardization is ultimately what the enterprise is trying to get to is a large array of either data centers or cloud environments. And so us as a provider of a network as a service platform, we're trying to get to those locations. And every time we need to integrate with a new API, whether that be AWS Direct Connect, Azure Express Route, or Google Cloud Interconnect, there's a sunk cost in that investment. And so it's great for us because we can offer it to those destinations, and it's unlocking a lot of potential for us to generate revenue by enabling the enterprise to connect to those cloud environments. So that's an example of where we're getting economic benefit by being able to do that API integration. But it's not standard, and that's where we think over the course of the next couple of conversations we're going to have is what we can do to lower that cost and improve API efficiency.
Okay. And I think API standardization is useful if it's widespread. But that's quite challenging. How do you make that happen? How do you address that challenge?
I think one of the reasons that we're here at the MEF GNE this week is because we believe MEF is the right location to reduce that cost of standardization. MEF has a long history of creating standards which have really created huge economic benefit from the industry, whether that be the initial carrier Ethernet or the work they're doing now around the LSO Sonata API. We think that's really beneficial. So this is a right place to talk about standards around API for network as a service. And we have a really important announcement that we've just made earlier today.
Okay. And we're going to talk about that later. Yeah. But how does Console Connect leverage API standardization to drive innovation for their customers and partners?
One of the things that we've learned from our customers and our partners is that we're part of a suite of solutions that they're trying to achieve. Network as a service, infrastructure as a service, software as a service, all of these are things that they try to program as part of their life cycle. And so we've got customers, for example, who will be moving backups over the weekend. And while they're doing that, they need large bandwidth. But then during the course of the week, they're not using that link as much volume as they would be when they're doing backups. So they can program the Console Connect platform using a standard API to achieve that outcome. So they can right-size the network to fit what they're trying to achieve.
Okay. And you said you have an announcement. You know, I like hot gossip. Share some hot gossip with me.
So today we've just announced an open source software project, which is an implementation of an adapter. So in software engineering, when you're implementing two different types of interfaces, you'll often implement what's called an adapter class. And as we've worked to integrate with over 900 data centers around the world, 250 cloud on-ramps, we've discovered that if it's a bespoke one-time implementation for every instance of a data center or a cloud provider, that cost of implementation is really high. So as we've worked with partners, we've realized, okay, how can we reduce that cost? It could be through the LSO standard, but why don't we go one step further and actually give to the community a piece of software that does that adaptation for them. So an open source software project, we're calling the LSO adapter. And what it does is it maps from its LSO standard API into whatever proprietary API you may have. We were implementing cloud connectivity before MEF even was considering having an API for it. So we use it for ourselves to provide a standard API interface for using following the MEF standard for Console Connect. And we also use it with our partners so that we can program their networks using a standard. Really exciting to see open source aligning with open standards. We're proud to be part of that community.
Paul, a great interview as always. No need to be scared, was it?
I'm not scared, but it'll get easier over time.
No, you're a great interviewer. You're one of my favorites. So thank you so much, Paul, and good luck with the future with API standardization.
Thank you very much. Great to be here again.
Everyone, thank you for watching, and until my next hot shot.